Pulse in the late 1970s, which was very successful. So we decided to relaunch something similar in the UK. We've been in existence for about 6 years now, and we've held more than 500 concerts and music events across the UK. This year we had the largest event we've ever held, which was in East London, where we had 110,000 people who came out to say we don't want the British National Party representing us in our municipal councils and in government. So we're having quite a large degree of success. But what we found is that lots of people from other parts of Europe are now contacting us and saying we have the same problems and we like this approach of using culture to take on racism. And particularly with European Parliament elections coming up next year, there's a group of 30 or 40 fascist MEPs in the European Parliament, one of which is from the UK, a number from Italy, a number from Poland and various countries. Our aim is to try to increase the coordination around Europe of everybody who's opposed to racism, every music fan, every musician, every band who wants to take a stand against what's going on, to increase that coordination and to share ideas about how music can be used in this way. It was interesting to hear the discussion earlier because it got me thinking. One of the things we try to do is to always have different kinds of music, different genres, and to mix up different kinds of music so that we can attract a mixed audience to our events. So that in that way we can celebrate multicultural Britain, multicultural Europe, and also it undermines the racism that's going on when people enjoy themselves together with music or sport or any of these things where people come together. It undermines the racism that's being pushed. So today we wanted to tell you something about what we're doing, but we also really would like to hear people's experiences from other parts of Europe and from Lithuania about the situation here with regards to racism and to fascist parties and organisations. And we'd also like to show you some film of some of the events we've been doing this year to give you a flavour of that. So that's what I'd like to do now. The first thing that we're going to show is we held an event 3 or 4 weeks ago now with the band the Kaiser Chiefs. I don't know if people know this band. It's a very popular band in the UK, and also Reverend the Makers. One of the great things about our campaign is that the musicians, it's a musicians campaign. They've become actively involved. It's not like Live 8 or one of these big concerts where you have celebrities, where they can sell more records as a result of doing the concert. Actually, what we try to make sure is that the artists are driving the campaign. And so John McClure from Reverend the Makers was the guy who really put this concert together. It's in a place called Rotherham, which is in the north of England, a place which in May voted for 2 Nazis to represent their local area, their municipality, I can't say it. And one of the things we really find important to do is to go to the areas where there's a real problem. We don't just stay in central London or central Manchester or the big cities. We actually go to the areas where the fascists are growing, where there's a real problem with racism. And we ask the big bands to go there to make the biggest possible message in the local area and in the media. So I'll just show a little bit of this event now. Success with that. And so we've worked with the teachers' organisations in getting our message into schools across the UK, again using musicians to go into schools, particularly in areas where people like the British National Party, the BNP, have a presence. And you know, our thing really is that we want to make the idea of racism very uncool. We want to make the idea of anti-racism very cool. So the kids wear the badges, We have the T-shirts, which you can have a look at over here, and the other forms of merchandise and information, and some posters that we get artists to do special posters with their quotes against racism on them that can be put up in classrooms and youth clubs and so on. And we did, I don't know if people know Miss Dynamite. She's an artist that was very popular a few years ago, and he's about to make a big comeback. She's been a big supporter of ours from day one, and we put together a film for schools, but we also found it's been used in workplaces and universities and lots of places. So when Josh has finished having his picture too. And hopefully we'll get some better sound.